Hello, Lady Val here, and I am going to attempt a little project that I have in my head, and we're going to see if it plays out in real life here. Hopefully it will come close. But what I have done off camera to get started on this, I did a lot of embossing with embossing powders and glazes, and I wasn't going to do that on camera because it gets very loud. I also used some puff paint, and I dried that, which I'll explain that in a minute. But on the actual back, this is my background paper. I used on these three green areas, I used, this is the Distress Embossing from Tim Holtz in a green. And I have some other ones. They're some kind of off-brand Desert Moon, Copper Pine, and I use those on some of the little papers here that I'll be using. I didn't do the whole thing because when I get it together, I'm going to be actually using my crackle. Well, it's not really paste, it's a liquid. I just got it, so I'm not sure how it works, but I'm going to have to put some medium on it first, let that dry, then put the crackle on. And but I'll do that at the very end off camera and come back and show you the finished project. But what I'm attempting to do here, I figure this piece of paper, this is, by the way, from one of Mandy's kits that I had used previously. So I've had papers that I've printed out, from the Sunflower Junk Journal Fix with Sunflower Doors group. So I'm just using up some of those. So anyway, I'm planning on, once I get these on here, I'm going to be making one big tag, a smaller tag here, and then this one is going to be a journaling card. That's my plan. Now let's see how it all comes to fruition here. Okay, so my plan is I want to take these pictures that I have of these very beautiful ladies, but I want to do them as kind of puzzle pieces. So I'm going to be tearing them and gluing them on with spaces in the middle. I'm going to ink around them and so forth, and we're going to see how that turns out. And I have enough to do one up here, one down here, so you'll be able to see the embossed plant there. And let's see, this one I think will be good for down here. Probably over there again, not covering up the embossed plant. This one I'm going to be turning sideways this way, and this one I'm not even sure we're going to be able to use. It might work, but we'll see. And then I also embossed this. This is actually a little envelope. If you can see that, you would bend it down and this went in, but I thought I would make a tab for the big, big one and the little tag here. Make a tab for the tags out of that. So we'll see how that works. So that's my plan, and I'm going to be using my art glitter glue this time. I'm trying to use it up. I have just a little bit in the bottom. So I thought this might be a good way to use that up, because usually I'm using my Beacon's 3-in-1, but I thought, well, we'll get rid of this. Okay, so here we go. Pardon me. I'm not even sure how I'm going to rip these. I don't know if you can even see the embossing on there, but I didn't want it all over. I just wanted it in little places just to highlight the photos, which I think it looks very nice from here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but anyway, let's tear. I'm going to tear away because I don't really want the white edge on this. And for those of you that are familiar with tearing, you know that if you tear towards you, you're going to get the white edge. If you tear away from yourself, you're going to not have the white edge. So in this case, I'm not looking to get the white edge. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, and these, I started to say I was going to tell you later, and then I got carried away. The gold circles was some puff paint that I had in my stash that I bought for totally something different than my crafting, but I had it in my stash. So what I do with that, I just used a toilet tissue round, and I just swirled in the paint, put it on the paper. And I also used my cork again, made the little marks. But what I do with the paint, the puff paint, is I heat that too. And when it puffs, after it puffs up and cools down, then I just press it down because I don't really want it to be puffy paint. I just want, you know, the texture effects. So it gives a nice effect for anybody that has puff paint and doesn't know what to do with it, doesn't want it actually puffy. That's one way you can use it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to actually use my, what is this? This is peeled paint. And I'm going to use that to etch that. Oh, geez, I'm knocking everything over here. Because since it, oh, and the other thing I forgot to tell you, I took a leaf. I don't have trees up here. I just have pine trees, hence the name Pinion Hills. But when I was out, I had taken a friend of mine to a doctor's appointment over in Palmdale at City of Hope, and they had all these leaves on the ground. They had all these trees with leaves, and I got so excited. Of course, she thought I was a little crazy, but I picked up, you know, a bunch of leaves. She was helping me pick them up. So what I did is I painted the back of the leaf with some green metallic paint, and then I took it, I don't know if you can see it, all over the place, and just put it down, you know, and it made markings of a leaf, which I think was a lot of fun for the backdrop as well. So, yeah, the things we do. Okay. So our weather is finally getting a little better. We haven't had any rain for a couple of days. Yay, no more flooding. But we are expecting rain, or not rain, but wind. We get very powerful winds up here as well. And we're expecting a big windstorm to come in about 8 o'clock tonight and go through about 1 o'clock tomorrow. So it's windy enough that it actually picks up our patio furniture and tosses it around a bit. So I mean, it's not totally, and it has blown other things from into our yard from neighbors' yards and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty hefty. Not hurricane winds, thank goodness, but I'll tell you, Mother Nature can be quite eventful. And we've been having all kinds of weather up here in the desert. People are saying, well, gosh, why are you living up there? Well, when it's nice, it's nice. So, it has its benefits too. Okay, so get my glue that I knocked over. I know I don't have a lot of this left either, so I'm trying to use up some things that I just have small amounts of. Next to my little embossed plant. So it's been a quiet day up here today. Just stopped to have lunch a little bit ago. My husband came in from his workshop to have lunch, so try to stop and have lunch together. And he makes me tea, so I still have part of my tea. So I like to let mine get a little bit cooled down before I have it. He is used to drinking tea pretty warm, but I'm not, so yeah, I think this is gonna make a nice little change of pace. So I know there's a lot of January collaborations going on with different groups. I've been watching some of them, and they're fun to watch. The different people. It's how, you know, how differently everybody can interpret a prompt. You know, and it just shows you how creative, you know, paper crafters' minds are. I mean, one person sees it one way and another sees it totally opposite, totally different, and you think, gosh, I never would have thought of that. And, you know, it's really nice to see so much creativity out there. Okay, that's exactly how I pictured it. Well, I mean, maybe not exactly, but that's what I had in mind. Let's put it that way. I'm going to try to burnish that down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to leave her off because I think that's the same. Looks almost just like the same lady, so I'll use this one up here. Trying to see. Oh, I can do this. I suppose I can. Yeah. Let me find my scissors in here. I have to cut this little bottom piece off. Yes, that's the way it needs to be. Okay, now let me see how I'm going to tear this one. Tearing away again. And what I don't want to do is tear right into her face necessarily. Come on. It's a little tough that through the embossing. This one's going to be a little bit different here, for sure. Okay. Even though I was tearing away, I guess the bottom ones do leave a little white, so I'm just tearing that off. And I'm going to put the same thing, green around here. So my husband has been working on we bought a travel trailer because starting this spring, we're going to load up our little, it's a small one. We didn't want a big one. We wanted a little van style where we can kind of park, you know, if we have to pull over for some reason, you know, we don't have to get a spot in an RV park necessarily, you know, that kind of stuff, where we can just park somewhere. And it's small, we can handle it, I can even drive it. I wouldn't want to drive one of those big RVs. I mean, we have some friends that have this amazing, you know, RV. They drive all over the place. They went out on a big trip around the U.S. They saw all kinds of, you know, historic things on their way. And he's from Pennsylvania, and they were going back to his class reunion. So they were gone for like, I think it was 3 months, more than 3 months. But yeah. But she doesn't drive, so he was driving the whole time. And it's like, wow. Well, my husband will probably be doing more driving than I will. That's just part of the thing. Part of the game. Because I don't really enjoy that kind of thing. This, I probably should have moved. See, that's one thing about this glue is unforgiving. That piece will go up. This one, not so much. Come on. Ah, there we go. Little force. I should have put it up when I started this. Okay. Now we're getting there. So anyway, what I started to say is we're going to be packing up our doggy. We only have one doggy left. We lost our big yellow lab. It's going to be coming up on 2 years, or it is 2 years actually. Third of this month. Saddest day. Oh. He was such a loyal, wonderful, funny dog. I mean, it was a huge loss. But our little red dog, who was a little mutt that actually adopted us, once she got adjusted, she really enjoys being an only dog now. So, to her benefit, you know, she will be able to go traveling with us when the whole thing is finished. You know what I think I may do? Let me see. For some reason, it's not letting me pick it up. Okay, I'm going to leave that part off. Part off. I think I am. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. See, create as you go. You just never know what's... Yeah, because I really don't want to cover up the embossed plant there. That's... And this is enough to see her face. And that's what we're after. So I may do the same thing with the other one, the other half picture like that. We'll see. Okay, so this one is going to go right there. Yeah, because this one's going to be a journaling card, or do I want it this way? Think, think, think. How do you really want this? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, because we're going to cut it up here. And I'm going to put this on here this way. Well, let's just see how it turns out. Okay, so here we go, tearing. This is all embossed too around the edges. The frame is all embossed. Come on. Boy, this just doesn't want to tear. Again, tear off these little. And ink them in this beautiful green. Pulling off these little white bits. Okay. Yeah, so all these wonderful collaborations going on out there. And seeing all the creativity, and I was saying how people see the prompts differently. It is fascinating, to say the least. And that's what the paper crafting community is all about, you know. People sharing their ideas and their how they see things, you know, because everybody sees things in a different way. Pretty much nothing I do here is my own, you know, original thought. It usually comes from a spark from someone that I've watched. Not sure how these go back together. I'm gonna have to see here. Oh, this is this goes down here. Oops. This goes up here. This must be, yeah. This is up here. And then we have her in the middle. Get rid of these little scraps. Okay, yeah. There we go. There we go. Of course, then I get glue on my fingers, and then everything sticks to my fingers, and it's, you know, the life of a crafter. Glue or inky fingers, always, or both. Stay upright. It's because it's down to the very last bit of glue in the bottle. as we have quite a few road closures from all the flooding. One that affects us, I mean, it's not horrible, but just takes you out of your way a little bit. We have the main road that comes out to the main highway that comes to our street, our access street anyway, flooded out again. I mean, they just spent several $1 million last year to fix it, so this wouldn't happen supposedly, right? Well, first big torrential rain storm that we had, because we get these flash floods sometimes in the desert, and that's what washed it out the last time. And it was 6 months that it took for them to repair it, and so we have to do a detour, which we have to go, you know, a couple miles out of our way to get around and back down the main street, which is the street that takes us, you know, into the other cities up here, because the town I live in is very, very small. So if you really want to do any kind of shopping or get decent prices on shopping, because we do have a grocery store in town, but, well, they take advantage of being the only grocery store in town, and I mean, prices are outrageous compared to, you know, going into town, taking the time to go into town. Not everybody has that luxury. I mean, we do. We go into Walmart, we have a Walmart membership, and sometimes we just have our groceries delivered, but, you know, if we're going out there, if we have other things to do in the area, which we did yesterday, we went out, we did some grocery shopping, but, you know, it's just, even to spend the gas, because I know a lot of you probably don't realize how expensive it is here in California to live, but it is compared to other states, many other states. It is just horrendously expensive to live here, and there are so many laws and gas taxes and things. I mean, we're still paying, you know, almost $4 or over $4 a gallon for gas, where other states are only paying, you know, as low as $1.99 a gallon, which is just ridiculous, you know. But, you know, we can't really move out of the state because we just have too much stuff. It would just be such a burden on us. I mean, my husband, you know, restores the MGBs, and we probably have 40 cars on our property in various states. You know, they buy them, they sell them, they use them for parts, or they restore them. I mean, it's, you know, that's what he does. So, and I have a craft room full of craft items and another area in the den full of craft items, so it isn't conducive for us to consider moving out of the state. We would just have to hope that somebody that bought the property was, you know, had a crafting wife and a, you know, husband interested in MGBs and sell it as a lot, you know, but that's going to be hard to find. But, okay, some of these little things just do not want to stick down. Okay, that looks marvelous. And the last one, I don't think I'm going to have room for this little lady. I think what I have on here will be sufficient. And this one is done in the little amber colors. I did amber glazes on this one. And this one was called, this is called Spring Leaf I used on this one. Yeah, and the others are done. This glaze is that tea dye, I think it is. No, Tattered Rose glaze. And that always just adds a really nice little sheen to everything. Okay, let's get this lady torn. yeah, so we go in, we have a Walmart, we have Winco. I don't know if you're familiar with any of these grocery stores, especially those of you in Europe. I'm sure you aren't, but Winco up here, we have two grocery stores, Winco and Food for Less, that are owned by the actual people that work there, which is kind of neat. So their prices are always really low. I mean, they even show you the prices on the, compared to the other stores in the area, which is kind of neat. They show you, like our price is this, and Vons is this, and Walmart is this, or whatever it might be, and it's like, wow, so that's kind of neat. But we have the, like I said, the Walmart membership, so a lot of times we can just have the groceries delivered. They actually, at first, when we joined their membership, it's kind of like Amazon, for those of you that are familiar with Amazon. They unfortunately didn't deliver out here, so we would have to do pickup, which they, we just have to go to the store and pick up the groceries. And especially when COVID was going strong, we always had our groceries delivered, but we went through Instacart then, which was another membership service. But now, we try to get out and do our own shopping as much as possible. It's good for us to get out and, walk around and all that good stuff, get a little exercise. So we do that, and we also have an Aldi, which I love. Aldi always has such unique things that you don't find in an ordinary grocery store, and that every month or every however often it is, they get these specialty items that they bring in, which is always fun. Because my husband likes unusual things. And so do I sometimes. It depends on what it is. But, being British, he has opened up different cuisines to me, and the same for him. I mean, I've introduced him to American dishes that he really loves, and he's introduced me to British dishes that I love, and so it works out. A business associate that stays with us a few days a week, because he lives up here in the high desert, but he lives to the farthest end up here in Apple Valley is where he lives. So because the gas prices are so high, he stays with us so he doesn't have to put out the money for the gasoline. So he enjoys our cooking too. And he always eats the leftovers, which for some reason my husband and I are just not big on eating a lot of leftovers. So he's our human garbage disposal, leftovers, when he comes in, when he hasn't been here for a day or two. Around nicely. Come on, glue, you're almost done. camera, I'm going to, like I said, I'll be using this acrylic medium. It says white, but it actually goes on clear, really, which is what I'm looking for. It comes out white, but when you brush it on, it's actually clear. And then once that dries, I will be putting this crackle medium. It's very liquidy. Over the faces, because I want them to crackle, and you know, I'll come back and show that, but for now I'm going to do a little decorating. I cut these into the tags and things that I'm looking for. I'm going to get my glue. I'm done with that. So this one, to give me my big tag. Come on, I didn't even cut through. This is still a little wet. I can feel it, so it's probably why. That's okay. I'll take care of that. So that's going to be my big tag. And then this one. Now these are really having a hard time gluing. I should use my silicone glue. There's never any problem with that holding. Burnish, try to get this to stick. It's really being stubborn. Okay. You know what, I actually meant to move that up so you can see this green leaf, but a little too late now. Wasn't thinking, I was too busy yakking. But that's okay. That is okay. I think I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, that's just going to be a little leftover piece there. Okay. I'm going to use my big corner rounder to use on this big tag. No, this doesn't even look straight. I don't know if I put the tags on crooked or I didn't cut this straight. See if I can cut that a little bit straighter. Yes, I definitely did not cut it straight, that is for sure. Much better. Yes, much better. Okay, now I'll finish that up. Okay, you know, for today, I think that's going to be about all I'm going to do. And I will come back. I'll probably do some decorating off camera. You know, I'm going to put the tabs on. I'm going to do the crackle paste on there. And in my next video, which I don't think it'll be tomorrow because I am going down to visit a friend down the hill, but the following day I will come back and show you everything I did with these three actually, three pieces. So thank you for joining me. If you found this interesting at all, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.